This week on Betty, I'm tackling all those little jobs I thought would take 5 minutes, which of course means they took hours. I attempt to make my own curtains, even though I have absolutely no idea how to sew, and Dexter decides rolling on top of my scissors is the level of help I need. I try to add some warmth and personality back into this old bus with colour, texture and a few finishing touches. I build my first proper bathroom shelf strong enough to hold a sink. And in between all of that, there's broken plants, surprise visits from the neighbour's dog, failed attempts at getting fit, never-ending jobs around the property. Even though it feels like I'm moving painfully slowly, every little thing is turning this old bus into a home. So I learnt something else recently. We had guests, so that's why this bed is made up, which reminds me I need to fix that bed head which I made. That was when I'd never used a jigsaw before, so it's a bit wonky, so I'll have to do some sort of trim. But yeah, the bed's made up. I made some curtains just temporarily. But the couple, I think they said the bed was very comfortable and everything was great, but having a separate bathroom was difficult for them. Apparently, as you get older, you need to go to the toilet more. So it just made me realise that I probably need to target this to younger people or people with good mobility. I think if you don't have good mobility and you're hopping off the bed and you're walking down the steps, walking along a path to a separate bathroom, it can be quite difficult and may minimise the enjoyment of the trip. I mean, I think if you're older and you're fit, like my mum and Dan are, then it's not a problem at all. But if you do have mobility issues or bladder issues, then this is not going to be the right Airbnb for them. Make sure it's very clear and plenty of pictures so people know what they're getting into. But it's going to be awesome for most people. By the way, that is not my dog. That's Coco, the next door neighbour's dog. And I know that's not my dog because Mouse cannot climb up the steps. She's a beautiful dog. At this stage, Betty was looking good, but she was missing something. She needed warmth. I didn't want a perfect showroom bus. I wanted somewhere you could curl up with a coffee and not want to leave. Originally, I was going to paint these panels, just the cream colour, the same as the ceiling. But I'm thinking I can warm it up a little bit and add a bit of colour, a neutral, warm, sort of rustic tone. As you can see, I already got the rust and the chocolate. So what if I added one of these? It's quite dark, but I could go for more. I don't want it to be too pinky, but I prefer a pinky tone than a yellow tone. So this is almost, I mean, it's called primal, but it's almost like a nudie pink, a black kitchen. I needed to think about it, so I grabbed a coffee, had some lunch, and watered my plants. Not successfully. It was time to change pace. I should mention I don't sew at all. But because I have more confidence and skill, that didn't stop me making some custom curtains for the bus, or attempting to. This is Dexter, my son Jake's cat. Dexter had decided my curtain making skills were questionable and the whole project needed supervising. Not sure if lying on the scissors mid-cut was Dexter's best move. The funniest part is, after all those hours, I didn't even use these curtains. Then I had to get creative and work out how to attach a bedside light to a curved bus. So I found this in my shed. I've had it for years. I don't even know why I bought it. I think it's just from Target, and it's an adhesive wallpaper. It's the perfect colour to go with my paint. I thought I could add a bit of texture to the finishings down the side of my bed. This was actually the first time I stopped. I spent so much time looking at what isn't finished that sometimes I forget to notice what I've already built. And lying here with the window open, although really exhausted, I also felt quite proud. This was one of those jobs where I nearly talked myself out of it because this wasn't decorative, this actually had to hold a sink. Okay, so I've never done anything like this before. I'm creating the supports for the bathroom bench top, which is very heavy actually. I realised that I did put timber behind here to screw into, but not on the back wall. So I'm hoping that 2 side supports are going to be enough. So this is what I'm using, and I guess we just see how it goes. It would probably make sense to get help beforehand, but that's not really my way because it can always be unscrewed if I need to redo it. So let's go. What I'm learning is DIY isn't always hard. It's just slow when you're learning. You try things, you redo things, you stand there staring at a wall for half an hour, but eventually you figure it out. Should I put glue? I don't think I will, because if I have to pull it apart, it's going to be easy if it doesn't have glue. So I've just learnt about countersinking, and I found this drill bit. So I assume that I'm doing this so the screw goes right in. Is that all I need to do? All right. I guess that's it. Okay, so now, by the way, this is not a how-to video. This is maybe it's a how not to video. I'm not sure. I think what I'm trying to do is to show people that even if you have no experience, you can work it out very slowly. It certainly takes me a lot longer than a lot of people, I'm sure, but I always get there. I always get there. So this is Max's way, I guess. But now as I do this, I'm thinking usually you would have glue and put a clamp to hold it in place. But how do you clamp something that doesn't have anywhere to grip it? So I'm just going to use my eyes and hold it where I think the holes I've just drilled are, and it will be fine. It usually is a bit messy, but it's usually okay. And I'm still learning about screws. I know this is very awkward, but once I get the first one in, it will be fine. How do you remember where you've drilled the hole? I reckon I got it. The thing is, most things I do by eye, and I rarely even use a level, and I'm not even sure that this level is level. We'll see, huh? But I tend to think that most handymen who aren't qualified do it this way. They just have educated guesses. Because when I watch other YouTube videos, others stuff things up as well. So I guess I'm just at the very beginning of that. But so why is this screw spinning? So I have 2 screws spinning. Does that mean that I have missed this timber here? It feels secure though. I'm going to put some extra screws in. Because you don't actually see this. It's under the bathroom bench. But I'm going to go higher because I think it's a little bit higher. But I definitely got the timber behind it this time, so it means that it's going to be secure, and this one didn't go through to the timber, so I've got to do that a little bit higher. trying to do things quick, so that's why it's not straight. So just trying to get this done. Oh, it was in reverse. That's why I didn't work. Okay. I need a second drill, don't I? Beautiful. It's all out of whack. So what I need to do is just somehow make it fit. I do feel that although it's rough, it's structurally sound, and from the outside I will make it aesthetically pleasing. I found this sort of flexible rubber quad which I'm going to put around the gaps. So what I'm doing now to make this fit, I'll show you. I've cut this piece, so I need to make it fit under here, but this side's sticking out and this side is going in too much. So what I've done, I've cut these pieces, I've glued one here, which will mean that if I screw it into here, it's going to be flat and it's going to be good. But I've got to do a bigger piece on this end because it's even more uneven. No, sorry, this end, because it's even more uneven. So it just means I've got to put 1.5 here to then screw it into place. And I'm just doing that with a bit of glue, which I reckon this glue has been in my shed for a couple of decades. But, you know, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I don't like to waste things. Attaching it to here. So then once it dries and I nail this in, see it's still not flush with here. And I could trim this off, but that's going to cause even more problems. So yeah, I need to put a thinner piece in there, and that piece may be okay. The glamorous side of moving to the bush. Now my driveway is 400 metres, so I lift the bins up into my ute and drive them and then pick them up the next day. Then I thought there's got to be a better way, and then I thought of a quad bike. How fun! So I found one on Marketplace and went and picked it up. Bruce taught me how to ride it. Then after just a few weeks it broke down, and although I'm happy to take the bins out with the ute, Mum and Dan have decided they like the exercise, so every week they walk the bins up to the end and bring them back the next day. So I've just got up. I'm not a very early riser. It's 8 a.m. Jaffa is screaming at me to feed him. I've let Mouse out for a wee. So yesterday I did, for the first time in a long time, some stretches and some squats because I felt I needed to get more flexible and increase my strength. It went okay. It was very short. But today it's a really nice day and I have 100 pavers I need to unload from my ute. So this morning will be quite active. So this morning I thought I would try and run to the driveway and back, which is about 700 metres non-stop, and I will just see how I go. And there's Jaffa on my table. Yes, he is allowed on the furniture. Before you tell me not to have a cat on the table, you know, my life, my choices. So I am going to get ready for the day. I'm going to feed the pets. I'm going to put some sort of running clothes on, and I'll find a pair of runners, which I haven't worn for a long time. Go for the run first and then unload the pavers. There we go. Let's see how it goes. Okay. So you can see the kangaroos this side, just bouncing away. And this is the main dam. So this will be my run every day. And I think if my neighbours saw me running, I think I'm crazy. I don't think people really exercise around here. When you live in the bush, you've got to be really motivated take me 20 minutes to get to a gym. As you can see, I'm running very slow. And I'm coming to my gate. So I'm almost halfway. I'm at my gate. Okay. And back. Don't stop, Max. Keep going. This is going to be the worst video ever because it's so shaky. And obviously I'm getting a bit puffed already. I feel okay though. You can hear the birds. So beautiful around here. I can feel it in my chest though. My knees feel sort of weak. And the runners I've got on, I've had them for years. In my early 40s, I ran a marathon. 10, 15 years ago, I went for a couple of years of being very fit. And then I just didn't do anything. And these are the runners I used for the marathon that long ago. And I haven't really worn them much since. I almost want to stop to show you how beautiful this is, but I won't. It's my dam. Some kangaroos in the distance. There's a tiny house again, so I'm on my way back. And the Grampians in the distance. Well, I'm still going. Nearing the bus. That's my first run done. Well, I did it. 700 meters, I think, which is not much, but I'm puffing, so I'm unfit, even though I do a lot around the property, so I'm quite strong, but running, it's cardio, so it's very different, and I don't think I'll take this any further and do any fun runs or go back to a marathon or anything, but I do feel that when you go for a run in the morning, it gives you more energy. So now I'm all ready to unload those pavers because I've loosened up. I'm just going to go in and grab a quick shot of coffee, maybe a handful of nuts or something, and then I'm going to drive down to the tiny house and unload those pavers, and that may be my exercise for the day. After my massive run, I decided I was going to become one of those people who starts every morning with a healthy green juice. So out came the juicer, green apples, cucumber, spinach, coconut water. I was fully committed to my new healthy lifestyle. I have to admit, it was actually pretty good. Now have a guess how many mornings I kept this up. Just one. I guess buying the ingredients and owning a juicer doesn't automatically turn you into a healthy person. Yeah, as you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day, so I'm looking forward to working today. I need to do a big clean up of, I've got a pile of tin and iron as well as some rubbish and a couple of burn piles, and I just want to make the area a little bit nicer because I keep looking at it and thinking I must do that, and then by the end of the day I get too tired and then I don't do it. So today is the day. Some days the bus gets all my attention, and other days life around the property has other ideas. One wild windy day I woke up to find this tree had come down. The roots were completely lifted out of the ground. Luckily my neighbour Anne came over with her chainsaw and cut it all up for me. She's one of those neighbours who's always happy to lend a hand. The wind even managed to topple one of my heavy concrete garden ornaments. I honestly didn't think it could move, but the barbed wire ball rolled all the way down towards the dam. Nature definitely won that round. Jaffa continues to prove he's a good mouse catcher, although I probably don't need to see quite how enthusiastic he is about eating them. When the day's over, Mouse and Jaffa are usually found exactly where you'd expect. And then there are the everyday moments that remind me why I wanted this lifestyle in the first place. Around the property, something always seems to be changing. The mushrooms pop up after the rain. Birds decide my pot plants make the perfect place to raise a family, and no matter how busy the day has been, the Grampians always seem to put on a spectacular sunset. I'm always so focused on the next job that I sometimes forget to stop and appreciate where I live. Betty still has a long way to go, and so does this property, but every week, little by little, it feels a little more like home. Thanks for coming along for another week, and I'll see you in the next one.